It's going to be lights out surely here at the Ricardo Tormo circuit for the title decider. It's lights out, full throttle, and we're underway. The biggest prize in racing up for grabs. Brilliant start by Jorge Martin. Look at Alex Rins on the factory Suzuki. Rins will lead into first corner. Quartararo's been swallowed up by Brad Binder, I think, on the KTM. But Alex Rins with a sensational start in Suzuki's Farewell Grand Prix. 5th to 1st.
Quartararo super late on the brake stage, trying to go around the outside of Marc Marquez into turn 2. He was briefly behind Bagnaia, who did make a good start. He's up a couple of places off the grid. Bagnaia currently running in 6th position.
Marquez going for on the inside of Jack Miller into turn 6. We knew Marquez was going to be aggressive off the line. That's exactly as he is. Marquez then back up into the podium places into P3.
Well, we have many scenarios in our head at the start of this Grand Prix. Very few of them involved Alex Rins taking the lead as Marquez again forces his way past Miller, and Quartararo, ever the opportunist as he has to be, forces his way through. This is what Quartararo was worried about, onto that home straight, and look at Jack Miller. He opens the taps on that Ducati and he swoops in front, but Quartararo fighting back straight away.
He's all in, full attack, maximum risk here, isn't he, the reigning world champion. He runs out well wide. Somebody I think was really wide, maybe even down at the first corner, further down the field. Running wide there, Quartararo coming out of turn number 1.
Contact!
Big contact. I think he's lost a wing. Something has detached either from Pecco Bagnaia's Ducati and Fabio Quartararo. Oh, look at this. This is incredible action here in MotoGP. The two title contenders exchanging paintwork, physical contact between Bagnaia and Quartararo. This is incredible action.
Here he goes again.
Here comes Quartararo now back on the inside of Pecco Bagnaia going into turn number 6. You cannot take your eyes off this. Heart in the mouth action here. What a way to start this title decider between the top two men in this championship. This is what, the 4th or 5th time now Quartararo and Bagnaia have overtaken each other on this lap 2. There is Miller on the inside of Fabio Quartararo. That picked him up, and then coming through a narrow gap was Pecco Bagnaia. So Aleix Espargaro losing 3rd place in this World Championship. What happened to Aleix Espargaro? Because Bastianini now only needs to finish to take 3rd in the rankings. Here comes Fabio Quartararo on the inside of Bagnaia going into turn number 6. I think he did make it through on the factory Yamaha. They're now side by side, leaning on each other again, aren't they? They've already had contact earlier on this Grand Prix at turn 2. So Quartararo back through. Miller on the inside of Marc Marquez on the brakes into the first corner, and Jack Miller does find a way through. Marquez, though, is going for instant retaliation, isn't he, into the Mick Doohan corner. It's going to be close. Marquez can't quite pinch that inside line. This is what happened to Aleix Espargaro. A thoroughly miserable ending to 2022 continues then for Aleix Espargaro. Obviously some kind of mechanical problem, and that is 3rd place in the World Championship, disappearing for Aprilia. Binder has got through then on Pecco Bagnaia. That has been coming. No cause for big alarm. Don't need to press the panic button right now for Pecco Bagnaia, because as long as he can keep Fabio Quartararo in his sights and see that Quartararo can't get into that battle in that top quartet, it's all A-OK for Bagnaia. He can stay relatively comfortable and relatively relaxed and calm, but Binder has finally made that move. That has been coming, though.
That's
Marquez. That's Marquez. Sorry, Lewis, that was Marc Marquez then. It is not going to be a podium ending to a very, very difficult season for the 8-times world champion. You can see how frustrated he was then. Marc Marquez down and out of the final Grand Prix on the factory Honda. He said every single lap, it's hard work, he's fighting, wrestling that RC213B. On this occasion at turn 8, it's a fight he has lost. Marquez down and out of 4th. Quartararo and Brad Binder are now right in contention for the podium. Here comes Binder on the inside with some slipstream on the factory Yamaha. Quartararo defending quite brilliantly. How late was Quartararo on the brakes in the factory Yam?
Too late.
Into the first corner. He's just running a little bit wide. Binder's going to nick the inside line into turn number 2. And Brad Binder's stunning recovery, stunning charge, continues in Valencia.
But we watch now the battle between Bagnaia and Bastianini, and Bagnaia got well out of the way.
Yeah, he let him have that, didn't he? He'd have seen on the pit board that it was number 23 right on his rear tyre. Binder on the inside and Miller into the Mick Doohan corner. Oh, there's some late fireworks coming here from Brad Binder. Who was that? Was that Miller? I think that's Miller.
It is.
Jack Miller's gone down then. Jack Miller's podium hopes, they have evaporated in a cloud of dust then, so there's no fairy tale farewell to the factory Ducati team for Jack Miller. Into turn 9 he goes. He's going to flick it hard right now into turn number 10, into 11. Well, it went in between sort of 10 and 11, didn't it, as he carried a bit of lead angle. So Miller out of 4th. Here comes Binder. That has been coming. Brad Binder then's going all in now. Is it too little too late to hunt down Alex Rins? But on the inside of Martin into turn 4. Binder up into 2nd place. Pecco Bagnaia there now, just, 12 corners away from completing the greatest comeback in Grand Prix history. Rins wins in Valencia, Binder 2nd, Martin 3rd, but 91 points off the top of the championship after the Saxon Ring. 10 races later, and Pecco Bagnaia will be crowned 2022 MotoGP World Champion. One of the greatest comebacks in Grand Prix racing is complete. The long wait is over. 15 years of hurt over for Ducati. They are world champions for the first time since 2007. Italy has a MotoGP World Champion for the first time since Valentino Rossi won the last of his 7 titles in 2009. Great scenes here between our new MotoGP World Champion Pecco Bagnaia and our outgoing World Champion Fabio Quartararo.
Congratulations, of course, go to Alex Rins here this afternoon and to Suzuki. They win 2 of their final 3 races in MotoGP. The Hollywood finish for Suzuki as they bid farewell to MotoGP, and thanks to Alex Rins, they go out on top.
P1 for Pecco Bagnaia. Here he is, unlocking the combination. 21 plus 42 equals 63. And that is the perfect combination for Pecco Bagnaia and Ducati as he starts to soak up the biggest moment of his life. Pecco Bagnaia, you are the MotoGP World Champion in 2022.